Welcome back, investors. This lecture I will be showing you one of my favorite functions in Vinley, which is the forensic accounting. To be very transparent, you will need a Plus subscription for this, but it's one that actually is extremely powerful that we have created and I've created because I had never found such a function in any other tool. Maybe Bloomberg has it, but I don't want to pay 50,000 per year for this. So we were speaking about Adidas, and I can show this how it works for other companies. So I have Adidas, of course, in my watch list. It's not part of my portfolio. So you see how I navigate here on the screen. And I've been showing you how to look at fundamentals valuation modes. So one of, for me, the most powerful functions in Vinley is this forensic accounting function. So this forensic accounting function, you see in this screen, I will just create a new chat here. In this screen, in fact, I have selected the company, so I'm looking at Adidas. And what Vinley will do will automatically look at the latest annual available financial reports. So you see you may see it moving here, in fact, depending on when the company has published their latest annual results. I'm just checking if I have an example where they have not published yet their 2025 results. Yeah, they all already have published. We are March, so it doesn't surprise me looking at you, but no. So you see they all have 2025, but Vinley will be in fact looking at what is the latest annual report of these companies. And coming back to Adidas, you see, you probably have seen that the numbers were moving here. It will automatically, so first of all, select the latest annual report and show you the Beneish M-score, which, if you remember, and I have a specific course on the Beneish M-score. This is really showing you if the earnings of a company are manipulated or not. And even here in the forensic accounting, it will give you the details of it. So what I would like now here to do as a first step, and this is really what I do as an investor, I'm gonna be asking, in fact, for Adidas, I'm going to be asking Vinley to do a detailed analysis of the Beneish M-score. So not just having the aggregated one, but really knowing what Vinley feels about the various variables that he is in fact seeing here. So you see here, of course, here you only have two decimals, but you see the gross margin index 10777, that's 108 rounded. For the leverage 109824, you see it here, 098. So remember that we don't do calculation in the AI. All the calculations are done in our backend just to avoid hallucinations of AI. So you see that the overall Beneish M-score is -233, which is below the threshold of -178. And you see that, so it explains all the various variables that in fact make up the Beneish M-score. And it gives you an interpretation at the end. So it tells that this analysis reflects the financial data from the last two audited annual reports up to 2025. So you see it here, it says 2025, 2024. And so overall, the Beneish M-score suggests that Adidas is not likely engaging in earnings manipulation, but some variables like gross margin index and DALE, the day sales in receivables, they require monitoring. I'm going to show you one that is, in fact, for the time being, a little bit is at least flagging red on the Beneish, which is, if I remember well, Hyatt's Hotel. Yes, you see, so I was just clicking here on Hyatt's, and you see that the aggregated M-score is 0.72. And let me just ask you, just by clicking on the link here, let me ask Vinley to provide me an analysis of Hyatt for 2025. You're going to see that the results will not be good, in fact, but I just wanted to show you this. So here you see, so it comes back with the results, and you see here that it says in interpretation that the combination of a high Beneish M-score, very high gross margin index, that and high, this is the sales general administrative expenses, it's a sales growth index, sorry, suggests that Hyatt Hotels may be under pressure and could be at risk of earnings manipulation. So what it means, in fact, is you would need to analyze overall more in details the financials if I would have to invest into this company, which I'm not doing. But you see that Vinley says that the Beneish M-score of 0.72 is significantly above the threshold of -178, which suggests a higher likelihood of earnings manipulation. Of course, what you could do is look at at 2024. You see that here the value is okay. So this seems to be a short-term thing. There is another way of doing this in a much better way and much more efficient. And this is a pretty advanced. I'm going to be probably doing a specific or extending the Beneish and Altman Z-score on this. You have here the multi-annual forensic analysis. So this one will be looking at 10 years, up to 10 years. We'll select how many years are available and do an analysis of the company on 4 metrics. Let me just show you how. So this is a prompt. Of course, you can write those prompts manually, but I'm showing you how this prompt actually will provide a certain amount of elements in the screen. What I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to be reducing the zoom a little bit that we see better the results. So what this does, so this is already, I mean, this is pretty advanced. I can tell you, you are really now in the era of forensic accounting. Let me just increase the zoom a little bit. So you see that it has been analyzing, and you saw that it was pretty quick from 2016 to 2025. Beneish M-score, the Altman Z-score, which is rated to bankruptcy, the Benford's law, and also the accruals quality, which is the Sloan ratio. We'll not go into the details of it, but what it tells me in summary, what Vinley is telling me, and you saw this took, what, 3 seconds? I mean, this cannot be done manually. I mean, if you would have to have those 4 ratios over 10 years, this is a huge amount of work that you would have to do. So what it shows is while bankruptcy risk is low, there are intermittent red flags related to earnings manipulation and data anomalies. So probably the Benford score. Yeah, there are some years where the Benford score shows suspicious or strong anomalies. The Beneish was red. Interesting. In 2020, I didn't catch that one. So I knew that 2025 for higher totals, that the Beneish M-score was not good. You saw that when I clicked on 2024, it was okay. But because I made a historical analysis of up to 10 years, it actually is telling me that 2020 also the Beneish M-score was not good. So you see all in all that this is an extremely powerful function. Just in a couple of clicks, it will give you elements, signals of potential earnings manipulation, data and figures manipulation, and also if the quality of the revenues is linked to a high number of accruals. So basically what are accruals is that I'm sending out a lot of invoices that are recognized as revenue, but I will never get those invoices paid back. That's a way of inflating artificially the revenues. So this is what I wanted to show you, how to use this in Vinley, and I hope that you liked it and that you will be able to leverage this function, because I really believe it's a very, very powerful function that a lot of investors, and me being a value investor for now 27 years, I'm so happy that I have this. You see, it's a couple of clicks with interpretation in the AI agent, how to do forensic accounting analysis for a company and detecting some signals. With that, thank you for your attention, and yeah, enjoy practicing and playing around with Vinley AI. Thank you.